Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy.
Nice to see you again.
Happy Friday morning.
Yep, and the rain's going to stop. Today's supposed to be the last day.
As I was driving out, the skies were clearing already.
Okay.
And I had heard on the weather last night at 10, they said that, you know, we could have clouds till noon. I think we're going to have clouds till 10.
Okay.
And it'll be gorgeous.
Good, good. Yeah, we're supposed to have 4 days of gorgeous weather.
Well, it's about freaking time.
Yeah, a lot of rain.
Okay, I was thinking about this on the way out here. And I said, oh, it's not going to be so hot. You could tell the humidity was down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was thinking about this, you know, when we're freezing our butts off every winter, and then you get some smart ass that says, you know, there's no such thing as global warming. Look at this, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I'm thinking, where were those horses, you know what's now this last week?
Yeah.
You know, when you think about it. Global warming? Oh, yeah, it's plenty warm.
Oh, it's
But
been
I mean,
hot. Yeah.
a streak of 90 type, you know, that kind of weather in July is unusual. And the other thing in that weather report at 10 o'clock, they also said that the 90s are coming back next week.
Okay.
Yeah, like Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been a
And I
hot
was thinking,
summer.
Wednesday, that's my golf day. Why do we have to have 90 degrees on golf day?
Yeah.
I don't like 90 degrees on the golf course.
It's better than raining.
Well, that's true. That's
Yep,
true.
yep.
It is better than raining.
So
Well, not a lot new for this week. Kind of crazy.
Nope.
Okay, but you got to show that.
Yes. One thing I've been doing this week is I'm venturing into yarn dyeing. I have some other stuff. I'm not ready to show that yet or put it for sale or anything. But I am dyeing my some minis. So you can see the minis. They're 20 grams and I'm going to sell them for $5 a piece. I don't think I'm going to put them on the internet yet. If you really want them online, maybe email me. But I'm just going to put them in store. It's 87 yards in 20 grams.
And how much are they?
$5.
Oh, wow. That's a deal.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, what I think is neat about these is that if you need to throw in a pop of color or you need lots of different colors, this is fun. Like, I've got this shawl pattern I want to do. It's called Waterline, and it's a new issue from Laura Ayler. And it calls for 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and then it calls for a contrasting, but you need literally a mini skein.
Yeah.
So the 2 skeins of this fingering weight that I have at home that I wanted to use, there's 2 of them actually. One that was dyed by Laurel, and it's her Fog in the Forest. And I thought, that's why I bought that forest green. That's what's going to, you know, that could be the contrast for it. So it's 2 skeins of, this was a speckle. You can use a variegated, you can use a semi-solid, and then 1 skein of a mini of something that to go with it. And what you could choose to do the shawl solid, a solid color mane, and then a variegated mini, but a solid color mane with a solid color mini would be equally as nice, you know? And, or the other one I found this, it was at in January, I bought it in January. It was at the airport. They had the Milwaukee, it was like a yarn thing. What was it? I don't even remember what it was called.
What that was called.
Anyways, Laurel and I went, and Black Cat was there. And you only see Black Cat at shows.
At shows, yeah.
You know, and I love Black Cat. So I indulged in 2 skeins of this really cool lime green with pink speckles. Okay. And, you know, but it's more of an olivey color. It's not really lime. But you know how I love that green family. And I'm looking at this color right here. This one. That's the pink speckle. And so to do that waterline shawl in that with this for my mini would be like really, really cool. Okay. So now I'm stuck. Do I Fog in the Forest or do the, you know, the lime green with pink? I don't know. Okay. Lord only knows when I'm going to get around to knitting it anyways. But, you know, it's this pattern that's out on my horizon. And, you know, this is perfect for it. So.
And I'm seeing these are solids because they're just full immersion dyeing in one color. But they're very tonal because they are hand dyed. Look at this one's got that big blob right there in the middle. And actually, when I look inside in spots, I find it more.
Well, that's
You know,
okay though. That adds
so
a little
it's
depth.
going to be kind of neat when you knit that up.
Yeah.
So I really like the way they turned out.
I think
They're
the
all
colors
very tonal.
are really deep and intense, and
Yeah.
you know, saturation of color is really kind of important. in
Yeah,
yarn.
yeah.
So
That was what I've been playing with is dyeing that yarn. And the minis are for sale right away in this shop, $5 a piece.
cool.
And the reason I didn't do them online is because I don't know the colors yet. You know, you have to do a separate item for every color online.
Oh,
You know, so I think when I'm ready to put them online, I'll have sets or something.
yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know, sets of 4 or 6, something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So for right now, just in the shop.
Well, that would be very cool. You know, and you, I also looking at them and thinking in terms of sets, there's so many shawl patterns out right now that call for a set of something. That putting them in sets, I mean, these colors, you know, I'm seeing the rainbow there, you know, so it's really
Yeah,
kinda,
I'm
really
dyeing
neat.
the orange and the purple tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's Saturday, short work day.
Okay.
So, and then go home and start dyeing. And then I might move my dye stuff into the basement because it's very hot in the garage. So I might be moving a lot of stuff around tomorrow.
Ugh, that suck. But
Yeah.
you know
that's
what?
okay.
you know, Ron and I have been talking. We gotta clean our garage. We ain't cleaning that garage not when it's this hot and sticky
Yeah,
out there.
right.
You know. So yeah, I think we'll be sipping something on the deck maybe, but that's the outside we're gonna have.
Yeah, you're going to be able to use your new outside living room.
Well, we hope.
Yeah.
So it's all this rain this week is my fault. Yes, because I built it. Well, we redid, but it didn't involve a lot new, other than this nice indoor outdoor type rug that I bought. It's just this wonderful sitting room outside, and I can't wait to take advantage of it. And it's funny because one of the things that Ron and I loved about our house when we first moved in. Now we moved in April, and so we're sitting outside on our old picnic table, you know, the old wood, which we still have, but that's now out by the fire pit under the trees. But at that point in time, it was on the deck. And he and I sat out at this picnic table having lunch one Saturday afternoon. And I just said, that's why we love our house, because you're sitting out on that deck and you're in the woods, and it's beautiful, and the wildlife's around, and the birds are chirping, and you know, being a bug guy, my outdoor bug problem really isn't bad, and so sitting out there and enjoying that deck was why we did what we did when it came to building this 2-tiered, you know, huge deck, and yeah. He wants to sit out there. He enjoys it, and he'll just sit out there at night and read his email and putz around on his tablet, you know, and sit on with a beer. That's what Ron likes to do, and when he does that, he's not sleeping on the couch, and I can't stand looking at him sleeping on the couch.
There you go.
So that's one thing that like it just gets under my skin. Just like, really, you old putz. I mean, alone, you know, I'm alone all day, all summer long. I want human contact, you know.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. He falls asleep on the couch. Okay, enough of my rant.
Yeah.
But at any rate, if it's not so humid this weekend, I think maybe we'll get some deck time.
Yeah.
You know, and I even planted mint so we can have mojitos. So.
Yeah, I have to do something in my yard now. My swing set disappeared yesterday.
How did that look?
Oh, it looks, well, so bare. Well, there's ruts all over the lawn.
Oh, sure, you got to deal with that.
You know, I'm going to have to deal with, but it's so bare. It's like it needs something. So I think I'm going to have to put in a
mailman.
raised bed garden right in the center of it or something, you know. I'm going to have to do something. Either that or put a cement slab and put a bird bath on it or something. It just needs something. A little something.
Maybe you just let some grass grow first.
Oh, but it's not going to look good. No, it just because, you know, there's wood fence behind it and a wood fence on the side and then this big empty space.
You know what?
What?
My husband would love that big empty space.
Oh, yeah?
He hates it when I want to put a garden bed here or do something. He likes this expansive, beautiful green grass.
Oh, well, I have that on the other side of the house. And, well, behind the house is pretty bare. All that's there is, well, there's the patio right behind the garage. But then behind the whole rest of the house, all there is one little shed in the corner. So I have that. I want something on that side. So we'll see.
Well, we'll see. This project will be developed. Stay tuned.
I'm sure even if it's raised bed garden, it won't be complete till next year.
Oh,
it's
gosh,
too
no.
late to plant anything now.
You know, and you got those agricultural kid, you know, between Lexi and Becky. You know, they probably, you know, I could see that could be a really, well, maybe they don't want to do it if they're working out in you know, at the farm during the day. Maybe farming at mom's house isn't what they want to do.
Yeah, but you know, if it's a raised bed, I don't think I'd mind taking care of it. I don't like bending down to the garden, though.
No.
On the side of the garage. I don't like that one. No.
Okay, so there you have it.
So,
I have a new outdoor living space. She's going to have a new raised bed. Yay.
Yeah. Right now I have a empty yard.
Empty's good.
Except for, Joanne said the Little Tykes turtle sandbox right in the middle. So here's that sandbox looking like a little tiny thing in the middle of the yard. It looks funny. All by itself. Yeah. I'll see if the neighbors want that.
Do they have little people?
They have, it looks like a granddaughter that comes over a lot.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So if they don't want it, they might want to give it to their kid, you know, to take home.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they want it. Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yep. So,
what
do you have finished this week?
I finished something this week that I've been meaning to do for quite some time. Okay, I got a new golf bag, and it's gray with lime green on it. My favorite color is lime green. Well, when Cora asks me what my favorite color is, it's usually lime green, pink, or blue. And she says, Grandma, that's too many.
Oh.
Okay, but I like lime green, and I like pink, and I like blue. So I wanted something colorful for head covers for my golf clubs. And being a person who is kind of a traditionalist in many ways, having knit the old-fashioned knit head covers was kind of cool. I do have to state for the record that these new head covers that I knit do mean that Wonder Woman, my driver head cover is Wonder Woman. I love it. Anyways, she's going to kind of go to the back seat. I don't know if she's going to ride in the cart anymore because, well, she kind of flops funny. And it's because the stuffing they use. This is so funny. Okay, so she's Wonder Woman and she's standing there like this. Okay, that's what it looks like when it's on the golf club riding in the cart. When she's standing like this. Except they stuffed her boobs too much and she flops over. There's the weight distribution isn't right for it to stand straight up like you would want it to in the cart. So it's really funny. So my Wonder Woman flops over because her boobs are too big.
Poor girl.
Okay, you gotta just love my golf stories. But at any rate, so Wonder Woman, sorry, I love you, but I'm gonna replace you. So anyways, and I've always had a putter cover like this. So this is my putter cover. Very easy, twisted spiral rib kind of pattern.
Yeah.
And I use what's called a more of a mallet putter, so this will fit just fine on it. And I've had one, because my old golf bag's red and black, and so I had one that was red and black. I mean, I used Plymouth Mushishi. It was this like long run variegated. It would like have these great stripes. Bought it years and years ago. I still have a sweater quantity of it. But I haven't knit that yet. But I did knit something with it at one point in time, which I don't know what it was because I had leftovers that I used for my first putter cover.
Oh, okay.
So this is now my new one. I used I didn't use good wool on this. This is acrylic.
It looks kind of chunky.
It's an Aran weight, held double.
Oh, okay. So yeah, really chunky.
Yeah, I knit this on like a 7.
Okay.
And I held it double, so it's pretty dense. But you want that because it's the way it's going to be used. And I did hold that Plymouth Mushishi on my other one double too. I recognize that when I kind of hold it apart. So this is the putter cover. And then this is my dryer cover. I gotta get my pom-pom tighter and it doesn't want to stay tight. It flops funny. And I don't like that. So I'll have to figure out how I can tighten this up. Somehow, because it's got, but there it is. So this is Lion Brand. Aran weight. Oh, for Pete's sake, I can picture the label. What the heck did they name it? Whatever. It's an acrylic. Lion Brand with the tweed, something tweed. Homestead, something tweed. Anyways, I like it. It's perfect. So once I get this thing tightened up, I got to figure out how.
Yeah. Do you have yarn in here that would tighten up?
No, I might have to take, might have to take some other yarn and go over where I tied it and then put, sew it.
You know what? I've heard people say they put buttons inside. So take your other yarn, go up through the button, across, and down through the other hole in the button, and then leave the button in there, and that'll be a little platform too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And if I use a 4-hole button, I'd have it.
Oh, you could do it 4 ways. Yeah.
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 That would give it a nice, durable kind of. Because I don't like it flopping.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there it is. I started this on Sunday and finished it one night this week, and then I did this literally yesterday morning because I didn't feel like doing housework. So I did nothing. When I said yesterday I did absolutely nothing, well, I didn't. I knit a head cover.
Yeah.
A putter cover.
I don't think knitters can do nothing. I think that's why we're knitters. Because you always have to be doing something with your hands.
That's true. I mean, other people would think, well, if you sat and knit all day, you did absolutely nothing. I don't think this is nothing.
Right. No. Right. I can't do nothing. If I'm just sitting there, I grab my knitting.
Yeah. I mean, even something is driving up to Green Bay or, down to Costco down in Grafton or something like that. I literally, when I do that, I put knitting in the car.
Sure.
Because that's sitting and doing nothing, and I don't do that.
Right.
So. Okay. So that's what I accomplished this week.
All right. We got some works in progress.
Yes.
Same one.
Twinsies.
And we're twinsies as to where we are, too.
Yeah. We both just split off our sleeves.
Yep. And Levon, who's also doing the knit along with us, also split her sleeves. So we're all at the same spot.
This is the Marie Green knit along called Soundtrack.
Right.
This is her 4-day thing, but we're not doing it in 4 days. We don't care.
No, it's already been 9 days.
Well, I don't know. I didn't.
You started on the 1st.
Yeah, I did.
Started on the 2nd.
But I didn't work on it every day.
Yeah.
So the days that you don't work on it, technically, according to Marie Green's rules, the days you don't work on it don't count.
I've made sure I worked on it every day since I started it. Even if it was just a couple rows.
You're a dedicated
I
soul.
want to get this done in a month. I think 32 days she had for the bigger sizes. It could take up to 32 days. So I've already made 2 modifications. These little sections, there were 23 of them in my pattern. I couldn't have one shoulder with the slip stitch and one in the center. I had to be symmetrical. So I added an extra one of these.
See, and mine worked out symmetrical, so I didn't have to.
I took out some of the increases at the bottom. And I took out even more increases at the bottom because I added the little cast on in each armpit.
You see, I'm worried about that.
It wasn't in the pattern, but I added just 8 stitches under each arm, just a little bit. Because I didn't want it to pull too tight right here.
I'm hoping mine doesn't,
I would try it on after you get down 2 or 3 inches.
And see if it does. And then if it
Yeah.
doesn't, then I can rip it back and,
Yeah.
you know,
That's what
adjust
I'm
it.
going to do too, just for fit. Is after I'm down 2 or 3 inches from the split, I'm gonna put it on another cable and try it on. Just so I know.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm very happy with that. I love the way
Yeah,
the colors
the yarn is Plymouth Davila.
Yeah.
Davila?
And it
I
is
don't know.
wonderfully soft.
Oh, it's 100% merino, so it is wonderful.
Yeah.
Very high twist yarn too.
Yeah. Which kind of, it doesn't necessarily make funny bumps or anything, but yet you see it.
Yeah, and you feel the bumps while you're knitting. Oh, I lost a couple stitches here.
Yeah. But
I love the way it looks. And once you block it, you don't notice it because I did wash my swatch and
Me too.
yeah,
And it
turns
didn't
out
bloom.
really good.
It bloomed minimal.
Well, if mine seemed to bloom, it really filled in all the gaps.
Oh, it filled in the gaps. I guess what I'm saying is it didn't grow.
Okay.
Bloom, yes, filled in the gaps. It created a nice fabric, but it didn't like grow. Like when you knit with a superwash and a sweater, you always have to stop short of where you think you need to be because superwash always just grows when you block it. But this didn't. When I blocked my swatch, it didn't grow at all. So,
Right. Yeah, the size stayed the same, but it got real puffy.
Yeah.
So I love it.
I'm very happy with the way this is turning out. So.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on, and then I have an itty bitty little shawl because you know I can't work on one thing at a time. So I started a shawl. There it is.
That's itty bitty.
That's itty bitty. Save the Bees shawl. It's going to be a little bit bigger hopefully by next week. But then, see, the problem is I've got way too much crap on the needles right now.
Me too. This is my number 4 sweater.
Yeah.
One just needs a sleeve, one needs a yoke. The other one's taking forever because it's fingering weight on a size 3 needle.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I got a pair of
And you
socks
think-
going too.
And you think, what was I thinking when I said fingering weight sweater on a size 3 needle?
I know. I don't know why I used a 3. Usually I use a 4 or 5. But I must have swatched and decided
did
I liked
swatch.
the 3. I don't even know where my swatch is from that one. It seems like I've been working on it forever. Well, it was last June I bought the yarn.
Wow.
So I could have been working on it forever.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
So that's what we're working on.
yeah.
A sweater. Hopefully, you know, in a week when we talk next week, we'll have a body done.
Yeah,
Well,
I hope so.
could be that way. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know how much I got a test knit going on too. So that and that's consuming me. So that's why I took a break from that test knit to catch up because you know, you guys were ahead of me with this and that's not good for Amy.
No.
Miss Knit like the wind here, you know, and they're ahead of me and I'm thinking, well, yeah, they're ahead of you because you're not working on it, you goofball.
Yeah.
But I mean, I started because it was funny because I started behind you yesterday when I went back to this thing, or maybe it was it was either Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was Wednesday when I went back to this. I was behind you, and now I'm almost to where you are.
Yeah.
I think you got 1 or 2 more rows done on the body than I do.
Yeah.
But I stayed up last night to get this off the needles.
Yeah.
So
And my size, I had quite a long way between the end of the color work
yeah,
and
I
where
had less
it could
rows
break off.
yeah, I had less rows there.
Yeah. And I got up to 496 stitches before I split for the sleeves.
God, that's an
That was
eternity.
a lot.
You know, and I'm finding that even when it comes like to shawl knitting, you know, I love these long crescents, but the problem with these long crescents is 400 or 500 stitch rows. Ugh,
Yeah.
hate them.
Yeah. Well, and especially when you get to where it says Pico bind off.
Yeah. Oh,
That takes forever.
I forgot it. I did have another FO.
Oh,
I finished my
yeah.
cowl with it.
Right.
With 305 stitches of picot bind off.
You have to bring that next week.
I will. I blocked it and everything already. The picots lay nice. It's wrapped. I wrap it double, and it just lays no nice wrap double. I'm very happy with the way it turned out.
Good.
So, yeah, I did finish that. I don't know what I'm
Okay.
grumbling. See, I do finish a lot of things. But yeah, I blocked it and everything right away. I got it off the needles on Sunday, and I blocked it literally Sunday afternoon because I just
Okay.
don't want to. I don't want to, put myself in this. Oh my gosh, I got this blocking pile of 6 things to do. Like I blocked after I finished blocking that. I also blocked a sweater that I knit for Cora weeks ago, but she hasn't needed a sweater because it's not been cold, and so it's just this little cardigan. And I think I showed it a couple of times. There's that little peachy pink thing, and I bought those really cute leaf buttons here.
Yeah.
And so it's only 3 buttons up, like right here. I blocked it. This cardigan is done, except I still have not sewn those stupid 3 little buttons on.
Oh.
Sew the freaking buttons on, will you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's that, and yeah, I also have another shawl that I want to block. That's done. It was that black one, Make Your Own Luck.
Okay.
It's a Lisa Ross pattern, and I love the shawl the way it turned out. But I never blocked it. It needs to be blocked, to get those angles right on it. It's really it almost like has a kite kind of shape to it. It's just neat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really like it. So, but I have to block it. And that one's going to require the dining room table being opened.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm procrastinating. I don't feel like doing that.
Well, you got a picnic table?
Oh, it's not big enough.
Oh.
I mean, I'll put what I do is when I'll put my mats out on the dining room table, and then because my boards for my table store inside, so there is this, you open the table and there's the divot, I call it, where the boards are below the top level. Okay, so then my blocking mats kind of just like slope down a little bit, but they're supported in the center by the boards. So I just open the table up and just spread the mats out as far as I need to go, and they're supported in the center, rather than the mats extending beyond the table, and then I got to figure out how the heck to support them.
Yeah, right.
So, here you got this long expanse, and I bet you blocking that shawl would take up half of this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge. But, I mean, there's 1,100 yards of yarn in there between the black that was leading men and the Black Cat kit that I had.
Yeah.
Because that kit had, I think, 9, 10 minis in it.
Okay.
So, yeah, there was a lot of yarn there.
Okay. Yeah, shawls like that, I don't know. Now, we're going to do Festival of Stitches for Knit Along in August. I'm still debating if I'm going to do that. I don't wear shawls very much, and that sounds so big if it's 3 skeins. So
I'm a maybe on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked really beautiful, but that would be a lot of knitting time, and I have a lot of other knitting to do.
Well, yeah, it calls for 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and their actual yardage was about 375 for each color. So you know that you're over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
In just that one shawl.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what else I've been thinking about making now? The podcast Meanwhile at the Castle. They got out some old-fashioned floral fabric and sewed it into pillowcases and put crocheted edging on. So it's kind of reminds you of the pillowcases Grandma used to make. So it's like, oh, that sounds so fun. And those you probably can get done in a day or 2. Just the crocheting anyway. Maybe 1 day for sewing and 1 day for the crochet. Yeah. And then you're done. So that sounds fun also. I don't know if I can do it without buying crochet cotton. Because like the cotton, most of the cottons I have are DK weight.
You probably would want a crochet cotton.
Yeah.
Because it would make, the DK might make it like, where the embroidered or the crocheted part is, make it like lumpy.
Yeah, I suppose. You want it to be soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need crochet cotton for that.
So, but that's another thing I want to think about making.
I had this crazy idea. I like fun, funky pillowcases. And so I was thinking, what if I was going to choose a fabric for each of my kids to make them a set of pillowcases, what would it be? And so I'm I think if I was going to make it for Derek, I would choose something about grilling, because he loves to smoke things and barbecue things. He's really into that. He likes to cook outdoor. He's got this cool, well, he lives in California, so he's got this cool outdoor kitchen that they just redid this summer. And they put in a garden, and they really spent some time working on their backyard. And now, right now, they live near Sacramento. Right now, it's over 100 degrees outside every day. So they're not going to sit outside now, but he still grills outside,
Sure. And how much does it cool off at night?
It does at night, yeah, it does cool off. Not,
Okay.
but the sun's got to go down before that happens.
Okay.
And they have beautiful covered table. I mean, it's covered back there. So I mean, well, it never rains, but even if it rained, you could sit underneath it. And then they put in a raised bed planting area that's like brick.
Okay.
And then they put in through the center of it a watering system.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so they've been Ashley will post every now and then, the veggies that they are getting out of there, and which is neat. So yeah, so like Derek, I would do something grilling or beer because he's so into craft beer. If I did Ashley, it would be owls. I would need fabric with owls on. She loves owls. If I did Ryan, I would choose fabric with Star Wars.
Okay.
If I did Kevin, he's the tough one. I really would have to figure out what would be. I could do soccer for him because he still watches soccer faithfully, even though he doesn't play much at all. And he doesn't even do pickup games anymore. Old putts. Let's see. And then if I was going to do Cora, that I could easily do anything for her. She just she's easy. And then I thought, Ron, what would I do? I don't know what I would do if I was. So I thought it'd be fun to make everybody their own personalized pillowcase.
I did that last year. I don't know if I ever showed them on the podcast.
I don't remember seeing them.
The pillow, mostly like two of the pink ones and animals and things. The main one was the fancy one, and then I had a little band about an inch, and then I had a 4-inch cuff on the end.
Right.
And yeah, I had fun doing and personalizing them to the people. So
well,
I got like 8 or 9 of them done.
I usually like to make something, and so like last year I knit everybody. I had Dawn crank those tubes, and everybody got Christmas socks. So this year I thought I would do the pillowcases, and everybody will get their own personalized pillowcase. So I thought I would do that. That would be fun.
Yeah, like I said, I did mostly animals, but Becky and Paul, I did those batiks right there.
Yeah.
The pink moons and stars for Becky and the blue moons and stars for Paul.
Okay.
With the black backgrounds, so that's what they got.
Well, I could
and
see
then
that
the cuff
that
would
fits
match.
them. Yeah, that fits them.
The cuffs were the pink confetti, it's called, and blue confetti. So yeah, that's what I did.
And and I loved last year you got those really cute, the penguins and the snowmen, those Christmas fabrics. And actually I was thinking about making Christmas pillowcases for everybody.
Okay.
That came up in my thought process, but I just think doing them, personalized. Ryan is a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And I would like to expand on that theme with him, for sure.
Yeah. And they got tons of character fabric at Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah.
It's not as good a quality as
well, that's what my concern is. That's what my concern is,
Yeah.
because like I know, you and I have talked about the quality of fabric a lot, especially now that I kind of have gone down this sewing path a little more so.
Yeah.
Than, so yeah, that's what my concern is. I'd really need to, I don't know I don't know how to read labels of what the content is or how to determine whether it's a decent fabric or a crap fabric.
Right. Well, just feel it. Just rub it, and does it feel the quality of your sheets, or does it feel like a dish towel?
Yeah.
And hold it up. If you can see the weave has gaps between it, don't get it because it's not going to last.
Okay, well, that's
So,
good to know.
Yeah. Like when you look at this fabric on your project bag, fancy project bag.
I wonder where I got this thing.
You can see there's no gaps in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So that one worked out really well.
Hmm.
I think I have a customer.
You do. Hello.
So, yeah. Well, we're just about done here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's true. We kind
Yeah.
of are recording a little bit later than we usually do today.
Yeah.
Because we...
Yeah, and we're over. It's 35 minutes already.
Oh, darn. We were going to try to keep this at 20. Yeah, that's a bunch of
Yeah.
baloney.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right. Well, we'll continue on our fabric journey, and we'll
Okay.
chat more next week.
Okay, nice seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.